Happy July. My name is Emily. I am here with your monthly Tarotscope, so let's get started. Okay. Overall vibes this month, we've got the King of Swords, the truth teller, the honesty bringer, someone who doesn't mince words, someone who isn't worried about what they say, really not thinking so much about how the other person, or worried so much about what they say because they know that the other person is going to hear their message. They know that if they convey themselves with truth, honesty, respect, and confidence, the other person is going to hear what they need to hear. It isn't this like confusion or uncertainty about how to phrase something or how to kind of pitch something to someone or explain it to someone, because you know that divinity is on your side in what you're saying and the message that you're bringing. You know that you're acting in a truth that like you're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be sharing this message. You're supposed to be sharing yourself, because the truth and the honesty that you have right now is going to heal yourself and others. Likely, and the boundaries that you create, the things that you share, and the boundaries that you create by what you share externally with others this month is going to help you tenfold. The Queen of Swords really comes to say, like, we're looking to the future. We know what we want, but we're not going to get it unless we set up structures, systems, habits, and boundaries in place that help us move in the direction of our goals. So the people around us that could suck or abuse our energy, they know what's important to us. They know when they can't kind of use our time. They know how far they can push us. Like, sometimes this energy comes off as a bitch, but like, this person knows what they want. And they know that if they are not happy, they're not going to really be able to make anybody else happy. They're not going to be able to achieve the great dreams that they have for themselves if they're feeling defeated, if they're giving everything they have to others. So they set systems in place to make sure that they achieve what they need to achieve. And I think, like, when we look at our internal focus, meaning the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and we look at the advice this month being the Seven of Pentacles, we've got an issue of impatience here. We're doing work. We're headed in the way that we want to go. Like, you're headed in the right direction. You're making efforts. You've planted the seeds. You're tending to the garden. And now you really want those blossoms to grow. You want to be able to harvest your garden. But guess what? The universe doesn't work on our timeline, unfortunately. It sucks, but it's true. The sevens always bring a message of like looking at the progress of other people and comparing ourselves like in some way. And in this case, we're looking at other people potentially flourishing, other people potentially achieving what we want to achieve. But what that says is it's the universe saying, like, look at, your dreams are now getting closer to you than they ever have before. People that you know, people in your inner circle are achieving what you want to achieve. Your dreams are inching closer. You have to keep going. You can't give up just because the timeline isn't satisfactory to you in the moment. You'll understand eventually. You have to trust that you got this. And I think that shows up in the Nine of Pentacles reverse as the card that's going to hold you back this month. Because if you are not owning your power, if you are not owning your strengths, if you are not stepping into your badassery, then you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve. You're not going to have the confidence and the power to set these boundaries and set these standards for yourself that you are going to achieve. Because guess what? Like, a lot of success and a lot of manifestation is discipline. As shitty as it sounds, like, we can't just magically poof something out of the air. We have to stay disciplined in the sense that, like, we can't give up on our dreams. We can't doubt our dreams. We can't not believe in ourselves, because when we do, we then we tighten the constriction of its ability to get to us. Like, this flow of goodness gets like sucked up if we doubt ourselves. And the 9 of Pentacles literally is the bad bitch card. She's in her garden. This is so fitting. And she's like, look what I've grown. Look at these amazing flowers. Like, I did this. I did this work. I planted these seeds. I trusted that they would grow. I tended to them. Like, I made sure they didn't freeze. Like, I did all of the work. And now I can honor myself. I can take a moment and really like look at how amazing I am and give myself the confidence and give myself the cheerleading that every person should. Like, we don't have to look for validation elsewhere when we give it to ourselves. Like, we are supposed to be our number one cheerleader. Like, you are supposed to tell yourself you're great. You're supposed to tell yourself you're amazing. That way, you know, don't get upset when other people aren't doing it for you, because you have your own back and you have the confidence to cut people out of your life that are not giving you that same love and respect that you would give yourself. Okay. And I think part of that comes with what's going to help you this month, the 2 of Pentacles reverse. I really take this card as putting yourself out there and getting feedback and taking it with a grain of salt, learning, figuring out what you want to implement and what you don't want to implement moving forward. This card here says, I'm not going to take things personally. I'm going to know that everyone is like, and what they say is pretty much a projection of like what they're going through and what they're experiencing. And when people dish their crap out onto me, I'm not going to absorb it and accept it. I'm going to be like, cool, thank you for sharing, but that's your reality and not mine. Like, we obviously don't have to say that, but this card says we put up energetic boundaries as well. We don't accept people's garbage energy. We don't worry about other people's problems. And we also don't worry about other people's opinions, straight up. This card says we put ourselves out there to figure out what's going on with others, how they're feeling, how they think we should do. And like, what I mean by putting ourselves out there is like, if you're thinking about going into a business, if you're thinking about kind of pursuing something, you start doing it. You start, you know, like posting online, or you start like asking around. If this is about dating and love, you start dating other people. You start like literally getting on the apps or asking your friends to set you up with people. If this is about finances, this is about researching, figuring out what other people are doing. But all of this comes with trusting yourself. This juggling is everybody's opinions, what's going on. Nobody really knows what's right. But it's you at the end of the day that makes the final decision. It's your trust, it's your direction that has the clarity to move you forward. So overall, when we look at the lesson of the month, the Ace of Cups reverse, it really, really, really comes down to loving yourself, like giving yourself the true love and respect. Because when we ultimately love and accept everything about ourselves, it's really easy to be honest with others, because we know that if they don't accept us, they're not worthy of our time. It's really easy to set boundaries because we know we're pretty much the most important person in our life. But when we don't, when we pour this love out and don't, like, look at both ways, love is pouring into the world, whether it's pouring out of the cup or it's overflowing. We have a choice. When we love ourselves first, we have extra love to give to the world, and we have extra love to make things better. When we're pouring from a cup that isn't full, we don't have extra love. We're literally giving all that we have, and we're going without. That does not set a good example for anyone around us. That does not create a happy and fulfilled person. That doesn't get us the energy we need to achieve our dreams. And that isn't us being truly honest with ourselves. So at the end of the day, everything this month comes back to making choices out of self-love, out of making choices out of self-acceptance, out of doing what is best for you, and not always the easiest thing, but always always the thing that is best for you. It might not be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it. As always, I do offer individual readings. Book on my website, check my highlights for prices, or you can DM me. Don't forget to get your mini magic kit for some extra excitement this season. Sending you so much love.